Imagine a world where every word spoken is the absolute truth. No white lies, no exaggerations, no hidden agendas. Just pure, unadulterated honesty. What would happen to our relationships, our politics, our very understanding of reality? This isn't a philosophical exercise. It's a deep dive into a world without deception. For centuries, lies have been woven into the fabric of human society, from polite social graces to matters of national security. But what if that fabric suddenly unraveled? The immediate impact would be chaos. Every unspoken thought, every hidden judgment, every uncomfortable truth would spill out into the open. Think about a first date. Instead of charming banter, you'd hear, "I'm only here because my friend set me up, and I find your laugh slightly annoying." Or a job interview, "I don't actually care about this company. I just need a paycheck to fund my obscure hobby of collecting antique thimbles." The economy would be in shambles. Advertising, built on promises and aspirations, would collapse. Sales pitches would become brutally honest. Diplomacy would be impossible. International relations, often a delicate dance of veiled threats and strategic omissions, would devolve into blunt accusations. But amidst the chaos, a new kind of society would begin to emerge, one built on radical transparency, where trust, though hard earned, would be absolute. Imagine a legal system where perjury is literally impossible. Courtrooms would become arenas of undeniable truth, swift justice, and perhaps profound mercy. Education would transform. Teachers would instantly know if students understood the material, and students would openly admit their struggles. Personal growth would accelerate. No longer able to deceive ourselves, we'd be forced to confront our flaws and insecurities head on. Friendships would be fewer, perhaps, but infinitely deeper. The bonds forged in a world of absolute honesty would be unbreakable. The art of conversation would change dramatically. Small talk would vanish, replaced by direct, meaningful exchanges. Creativity might even flourish in new ways. Artists, unable to hide behind pretense, would be forced to express raw, authentic emotions. But what about privacy? In a world where every thought is potentially exposed, would there be any room for personal secrets, for the inner sanctum of the self? The concept of reputation would be entirely different. Your actions, your true intentions, would be laid bare for all to see, instantly and irrevocably. Would this lead to a society of extreme judgment, where every misstep is unforgivable? Or would it foster a deeper understanding and empathy for human imperfection? The very nature of power would shift. Leaders could no longer manipulate with false promises. Their true motives would be transparent. This could lead to a more just and equitable world, where corruption is impossible and accountability is absolute. But would anyone even want to lead? What about self deception? The lies we tell ourselves to cope, to protect our fragile egos. Would those also vanish, leaving us utterly exposed to our inner demons? This could be a painful, yet ultimately liberating experience, forcing us to build a stronger, more authentic sense of self, free from the illusions we cling to. The pharmaceutical industry would face a reckoning. Placebos would cease to exist. The true efficacy of every drug would be gone. Imagine a world without gossip, without rumors, without the subtle manipulations of social circles. The entertainment industry would be unrecognizable. Actors would genuinely feel every emotion. Reality TV would be truly real. But would the raw, unfiltered truth be too much to bear? Would we crave the comforting illusions that once softened the edges of reality? The concept of faith might even be challenged. If all truths are revealed, what room is left for belief in the unseen, the unprovable? Or would it strengthen faith by stripping away dogma and revealing a deeper, more authentic spiritual truth? The very definition of heroism would change. No longer could heroes be built on carefully constructed narratives. Their true courage and their true fears would be evident. This world would demand a new level of emotional intelligence. We'd have to learn to navigate a landscape of. In the end, a world without lies might be a world of profound connection, absolute accountability, and perhaps a deeper understanding of what it truly means to be human.
It would be a world of light where nothing is hidden and everything is real. Are we ready for that kind of light? Are we ready for the truth?